Los Angeles is investing heavily in rail transit. Before the Expo Line Phase 1 opened, the region was scheduled to open 6 new rail transit lines this decade.
It's not enough just to take some cars off the road with transit. You want cars off the road, period. Right? More people driving more or fewer people driving more so that aggregate amount of fuel consumption goes up with climate change is not what we want.
Literally, as an impact of the Expo Line, you could say that the experimental group reduced their household travel by 12 miles per household per day relative to the control group after the Expo Line opened up. The main result we're getting is that household VMT per day is dropping by about 10 miles per day. That's a combination of a reduction in driving from the experimental group and an increase in driving from the control group. It's fairly robust.
That means they may actually be underestimating the type of behavioral change you see with new rail supply if gas prices were higher, right? They got a good, significant, solid result, right? Even in the conditions that are not necessarily favorable to people switching.
You might get places beginning to experiment with parking pricing. You might see cities wanting to shut off a street and have a pedestrian mall. You might see car sharing programs. You might see employers encouraging alternative commutes or ride share.
I actually think we could push out a little further and we might be kind of surprised, which then leads us to the whole notion of, you know, how much coverage would we actually need?
I mention this to point out that this is clearly an auto-oriented metropolis that is somewhat rapidly evolving into something else.